right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sports Arena on a Wednesday night. Your man, Eric Wilson, alongside the crew. Queen of Hoops is in the building, Miss Megan Price, and the left coast, the West Coast, Mike Kiratenuto, believe in the Pac-12. Before I let them get back in here, I just want to take a moment and say, as always, thank you to everybody for chiming in the comments, riding with us, part of the Sideline Sports Network family. It does mean a lot to us, so keep the comments and the love and support all coming in. So we're going to get to the next, and this is the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm just going to go first real quick and get mine out the way because, listen, I look at this team, and I'm saying to myself, you have all the pieces. You have what you need to be successful. You got Debo. You got Kittle. On the defensive side, you have a bend but don't break style that just sometimes puts offenses to shame. Trey Lance is your question mark. And I know y'all went and got him. He was a third overall pick in the year that he was drafted. And, you know, you're still not sure what's going to happen with Jimmy G, whether he's going to play, whether he's – I just don't know. But this schedule, it favors y'all to be dominant. Like honestly, take a look at this for a minute. You start with the Bears, okay? And now listen, I got all love for Justin Fields. I do. But we know the Bears are a bit of a mess, and they're still trying to figure it out. Y'all can win that game. Your home opener is against a divisional opponent in the Seattle Seahawks. And we already said Seattle ain't getting more than, except in Mike's case, 5 wins. I mean, yeah, except in Mike's case, 5, because we said 4 or 5. Then you play the Broncos. And listen, like I said, Russell Wilson knows your defense, so he is chomping at the bit to get back at y'all. But you might pull that out. You're facing a divisional opponent in the Rams. You and the Rams, traditionally, there's a split. Sometimes y'all find a way to have their number. Sometimes they find a way to have your number. Panthers, you could beat them. Falcons, you go and beat them. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But when I look at this, I'm saying to myself, which 49er team is going to show up? Now, listen, I gave the Cardinals 10 wins, gave Seattle 5. I got to meet y'all in the middle somewhere. And I want to go, believe me when I tell you, 49er fans, I want to go 11. But there's just something that says to me I can't really do it. So I'm going to say, much like in the AFC West, the NFC West is going to have potentially 3 teams within their division to go to the postseason. So I'm going to give y'all 10 wins. And I truly hope that we see y'all, whether it be with Trey Lance, I don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy G. You know what? Let me shut up for a minute because we got a special guest, and I think he's going to be the one to truly talk about this team. Ladies and gentlemen, back once again, it is, in fact, let me thoroughly introduce him. It is the big guard is in the building.
So hold on, Mr. Wilson. No, don't go nowhere. Come back. You said 10-7?
Yes, sir.
Career over for the host. You terrible. 10-7? Really? This dude, you know what, man? I'm back, baby. I'm back. Big guard is back. And I ain't going nowhere this time. I'm going to take a seat. I'm here all night, baby. Check this out, man. This man said 10-7. That is terrible. We will start the season off 5-1, if not 6-0. Ray Lynn, I told you put a jersey on it. You keep saying we're going to lose to Seattle week 2 or whatever it is. Put a jersey on it, Ray Lynn. Put something on it, all right? You running your lips, Ray Lynn. Stop hiding. All right, look, man. This is what I got. 13-4. We going 13-4, ladies and gentlemen. Big guard out.
Wow. I was kind of put in my place on that one. I was trying to be nice, but big guard just put me to shame. So let me go ahead and get Megan and Mike in here. Megan, Mike, I'm going to let y'all talk about it, please. Megan, go ahead. Talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I'm gonna shut up for a minute.
Okay, so I think the Niners have a ton of pieces. They have an excellent coach. I think 10-7 is reasonable, but I think 11-6 is more likely. But I don't understand what they see in Trey Lance for them to steady keep trying to push Jimmy G away. Like I would want Trey Lance to sit another year behind Jimmy G. I think that he's an excellent game manager. He took you to the Super Bowl. He took you to a conference championship. Do I think it's off the talent of his arm? No, but I think he's an excellent game manager. And I think that that's something that Trey Lance still needs to learn a little bit more. It's just his second season. So I think them keeping Jimmy G for another year, I think that's important, but he's not even practicing or working out around the team right now. So I think there's a little bit of a question there. But as far as everything else, I think they're great. And they got a bye week right there in the middle of their schedule at week 9. Excellent break for them. And then I have to agree with Tyree or Big Guard. I think they win week at least 1 through 3 for sure.
Okay, 13-4.
Hold on.
I didn't say 13-4.
Oh,
I have to give Big Guard an opportunity to respond to Megan's 11-6.
11-6.
She was more respectable with her 11-6. I think the thing we have to keep in mind is this: Cal Shanahan, right? The year Matt Ryan went to the Super Bowl, was MVP of the league. Who was the offensive coordinator?
Kyle Shanahan.
Cal Shanahan, right? So I think Cal Shanahan knows a good quarterback when he sees one. I'm not completely sold on Trey Lance by no stretch of the imagination, but he won't be asked to do a lot. You have a great running attack. You probably the best running attack in the NFL. You have the second or third best tight end in football, depending on how you want to slice it up. George Kittle. You have a top 5, not top 10, top 5 wide receiver in Deebo Samuels, and an all-around guy that you can hand it to, you could throw it to, screenplays. He could go deep. He could do whatever you need him to do. So I think the offense is not the issue. Trey Lance won't be asked to do a whole lot. In the defense, we still have a top 5 defense. We'll have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. And Avery, your whole team is always injured. What's the daggone tight end name? Darius Slayton. What's the other dude name? All them dudes always hurt. Saquon Barkley. Your quarterback can't run a touchdown without tripping over his own feet. You can't talk.
Mike Carrottenuto, please, sir, talk to me about the Big Guard San Francisco 49ers.
Look, nobody can dispute Big Guard's passion. And, people say stuff like that. I said John needs to be drug tested earlier. I do know what they have the fishies. They're going to clean up on the fishies. I'll give Big Guard that. I mean, hell, they're going to kill the fishies. But look, man, do I think Trey Lance can play? Absolutely. Considering he's only played 3 games in the last, 3 years, basically, because of COVID and stuff like that. The kid's got talent. I know it's an accuracy thing. The one guy that Big Guard didn't mention was Brandon Ayuk, because boys has been coming on every year. Forks up. Shout out to Brandon Ayuk. Kyle Shanahan loves him. And look, defensively, they'll definitely they're going to hang in there. But I'm with you, being not even being a hater. Looking at that schedule, look, division games, as we know, are always tough. I think they'll battle with the Rams. I think the Seahawks, like I said, I mean, I gave them 6 wins and none of them were in the division. So either way, for the Niners, though, I think Trey Lance can do it. You got to love Deebo. Yes, they can run the ball. If Kareem Hunt's happy, I don't know if the Niners have the best running attack, but it is up there. I'll give Big Guard that. But, Eric, I have to agree with you, man. I'm going 10-7.
See, it ain't just me. I'm just saying. It ain't just me. All of a sudden, Big Guard come out. Everybody want to jump on and attack.
No, but everybody can be wrong. And what Darnell is saying and what Darnell is saying true. Look at wide receiver production last year. He was a top 5 wide receiver. He was top 5 in yards.
Yeah, and Jimmy Garoppolo was giving him the damn ball.
He was, and you got somebody else that's going to be able to give him the daggone ball too. I mean, I can't say nothing bad about Jimmy G. I'm just being honest. Some of these other teams that are kind of iffy on their quarterback situation, they need to call up San Francisco and get Jimmy G. If I was on the phone, you could have him for a 3rd-round pick or a 2nd-round pick or something like that. But I mean, I can't say nothing bad about Jimmy G. I really can't. And I only feel like y'all know I was on the fence last year about us drafting Trey Lance. I really felt like with a roster like the roster that we have, we could have really drafted somebody to take us over the top, i.e. Cal Pitts, Jamar Chase, someone of that caliber. But, I mean, the San Francisco 49ers chose to go in this direction. I trust Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. I think they know what they're talking about, but only time will tell. But I think Trey Lance, he won't be asked to do a whole lot in the beginning. Okay. He has a great defense, a great running game. He has weapons at his disposal. I don't know what he really doesn't have. He has the best left tackle in all of football.
So the question mark to me, is very simply this: Trey came in spurts last year, and when it seemed as though
you want to call it that,
okay,
I wouldn't even.
He had his moments where he came in, and the momentum was working, and as soon as it seems like he hit his pinnacle, they pulled him out and put Jimmy G back in. You know what I'm saying? It's like he never got to establish.
Yeah, I think he got hurt at some point, but I think the reason why he was playing was because Jimmy G, as always, got hurt. So, I mean, that's the only, like, you know, it wasn't like he was playing spectacular. It wasn't like when Drew Bledsoe got hurt and you put Tom Brady in. You know what I mean? And it just went so great that when it came time for them to put Drew Bledsoe back in, you're like, oh, you know, maybe we should keep.
Ty, I just want to remind you, you went 13-4 last year when you made this prediction, sir, and you were off by 3 games.
And we're a better team. We're a better team this year than we were last year. The division is worse this year than it was last year. Like last year, you could have made the argument that we were the 4th best team in the division because we had the 4th best quarterback, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, and Kyler Murray. I mean, you could still make the same argument that we have the 4th worst quarterback. No, heck no, I'm sorry, Geno Smith. No, we got the 3rd worst. We got the 3rd best quarterback in the division, right? But I just feel like overall, I feel like our guys are better. Deebo Samuels, they know how to use them. Running backs, it don't matter whether it's Mitchell or whether whoever it is. I do feel like that we're going to get it done.
Do you want to respond to Ray Lynn and his comment?
He's irrelevant. He's irrelevant. The Lions are irrelevant. So there's nothing to talk about.
I'm just saying, you know, he has access to come on this show and shut you down.
If he want to come over here and do what he do, then if not, tell him run his lips and keep bowling that round ball with the 3 holes in it.
Hey! That'll get you cut from this show real fast.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about bowling like that.
You don't rip on the cathedral of bowling. What the hell?
That'll get you cut real quick. Don't do that.
If he want to get his Fred Flintstone on, let him do his thing.
I'm not gonna let you keep disrespecting.
I'm gonna tell you like Jim Moore Jr. said, I ain't for what was it, Danny Green? I ain't afraid of no ghost. That's what he is, a ghost.
All right.
Moving on.
Here we go.